Yep.
All right. Are we ready to roll? Welcome back to Keys and Gears. I'm here with Bess, and I'm Mark. So today we're going to talk about something that is, I think, nobody ever talks about. I think it's a topic that is really, I've never, until you brought it up, I was like, oh my gosh, in my 25 years in real estate, I've never even thought about this. Today we're going to talk about open house etiquette.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Please.
Oh my gosh. And we probably have stories about people at open house that are just bananas, right? And so do tell us. So etiquette. So you're talking about people actually coming to the open house, the public, what their etiquette is, not the real estate agent etiquette. That's a whole nother podcast.
Good deal. That's private, True.
Talk about
this is
talk
about
directly
consumer.
to
It's not about professional.
We could do a separate podcast to talk to the professionals out there that might be listening about open house etiquette.
Yeah, consumer etiquette.
All right, so
consumer
tell us more.
Well, number one, treat the home like you do when you go to a friend's house.
Right.
You don't. There's probably exceptions to the rule. Normally, you don't allow your kids to jump on the furniture or stand on the coffee table.
Right.
Or, right? All these things.
Yes.
Like, don't.
Or walking with your muddy shoes and, this is somebody's home.
So that's actually a really good open house hack, especially as we, we're building up for the spring season.
Right.
In winter of 25 that we're in right now. Wear easy slip-on, slip-off shoes.
Yeah.
Because whether it is stated or not, best manners, best plan, because you don't know what's on the bottom of your shoes, is to just plan on taking them off. Taking them off and carrying them, or taking them off and leaving them at the front door.
Yeah.
Whatever you're comfortable with, but wear slip-on shoes. That's very, very smart. So treat the home as if you were at a friend's house and wear slip-on shoes.
I mean, it to me, it's common sense, but you and I know how often that goes out the window when people show up for open house. It's interesting how they forget, and I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't.
They're not.
They're
thinking.
not. They're not. Yeah. Yeah.
They're doing. The other is go ahead, greet that agent. They have taken the time out of their Sunday or Saturday time away from their family to open the door for you, and especially this post-August 17, 2024 world that we live in.
And what is that about?
And that means that now it's illegal. It's wrong. You cannot walk into a house without a buyer representation agreement with an agent unless it is an open house.
I see. So if you called up Joe Blow Real Estate wanting to see one of their homes, what would their response?
You have to commit to having them represent you
for that one time,
house, or they're going to push you for longer.
Or you have your own agent like Bess, who then opens the door with you. But you have an agreement with somebody to represent you.
And if you're not prepared to sign that agreement, which again is now a mandate, then open houses, they're a gift, because now you get to go back to the old way, which is unrepresented, and you get to discover the neighborhood. You get to discover, which is the beauty of the open house. I encourage you to go to open houses because, this is kind of, you get a feel. This is kind of what I should expect the finish to be.
Right.
For this price point in this neighborhood.
Or as we talked in previous episode about grading houses, right? I mean, the tax people grade houses. It kind of gives you an idea of how to grade the houses within the neighborhood because they're different.
Yes.
Right? The grades are different from neighborhood to neighborhood.
Absolutely. Or block to block even.
The poor quality versus high quality is different depending on which neighborhood you're looking at. So the open house gives you the opportunity to kind of get in your mind what is this neighborhood high to low level grades.
Well
right?
said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Okay.
Another part of good open house etiquette to follow is do not open the refrigerator. Do not open up dressers. Do not open up medicine cabinets. Do not, unless there is like a sign that says, check this out. Like we've been in homes. There are homes where it has a little sign next to it that says, push this bookcase, and you push the bookcase,
and it's a secret
door,
right?
Secret room,
right?
It's not just in cartoons. There really are homes in Dallas that have that.
How do you feel about closet doors that are closed? Is it okay to open those? No,
I would not. As a real estate professional, as part of my make ready for my sellers and come alongside and help set them up for success. Right. Yes, people do want to see closets, so I ask them which closet are they comfortable leaving open. So we'll leave
the door
leave it open, right, and the light on, that sort of thing. Primary closet, are you okay? It's also okay to put a sign on there. I put a sign on there, please, please do not open. Or when we're under contract.
That was going to be my point.
When we're under contract, seller will make sure this is open, because sometimes people have locked doors because they have young kids and they don't want their young kids getting into something. So there's going to be a locked door. I was at a house the other day and they locked their pantry because their kiddos go in there and they've
just help themselves.
And so they actually have a keypad.
Interesting.
Keypad lock on the pantry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
to keep the bears out. Yeah. Okay.
Bears or 3-year-olds.
In this case, 3-year-olds. Okay. Interesting.
And so that's something that we'll have to have. We have a sign on there that just says
okay,
family wishes to keep this locked, but will be unlocked during option period.
Right, or inspection or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
The other thing is respect pets. If there are pets crated on the premises when you are walking through, please do not go over there and touch the crate.
Yes.
Don't talk to the animal.
Yes.
Just pretend like they are not there. Don't make comments. Don't let your kids go say, oh, hi. Don't you go say hi. Remember, it's not your house.
Yeah.
You're here to get information. You definitely want to greet the agent that is there, again, because they are the ones that have taken time out to open this house for you and give you this luxury of being able to look inside. Real quick, while you're talking to that agent, actually, a great etiquette tips to follow is please give them your real name.
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
It's just courtesy.
Yeah.
Yes. Inform them if you are working with a real estate professional.
Please do. Yes. Yes.
I usually give a stack of my business cards to my tribe because I actually want them to share, because I also have them tell me that they've seen it or whatever, but the good agents will call me and say, hey, so-and-so is in the house. And then that gives me a chance to talk and really deep dive and hear what the seller's pain points are, because that's part of crafting a acceptable offer. Also, while you're at the open house, if you are one of those people that's not like everybody else, and that is you are polite and kind and professional in you'll be amazed how much better, especially if it is the house, the one, how much smoother, easier it will be to go through that transaction, because the other agent, you're getting them to buy into you too.
Have met you and like you. Yeah.
And to be your proponent with the seller. Hey, I met this couple at an open house. As a listing agent, I've done that plenty of times, especially when we have multiple offers and they're all about the same. I'm like, well, this couple and this couple actually met at the open house. And this couple could not get control of their 2-year-old, and it was tough.
and by the way, as far as name and phone number and email, signing in with fake, all of that, all you have to do is put all that information down. If the agent even reaches out to you, which is a big if, many agents will not, because I've done this before. I've gone into open houses incognito, told them my name, but they didn't know what I did. And out of 10 houses, there's maybe one that followed up with me. All you have to do is, I have an agent, please don't follow up with me anymore. And that agent will never call you again. So what's the point of getting fake phone numbers and fake emails and fake names? I just find it rude. I agree. That agent has provided you with the service, and that's how you repay them. Yeah, it's just disrespectful. Anyway,
exactly.
What else can you share etiquette-wise?
Other etiquette. I guess in closing, I would say just don't slam doors if you're going from room to room. Don't touch lights. Like, however the lights have been set, lamps, switches, whatever, for an open house, just
Don't mess with it.
Don't touch.
You know
what your mom used to say? Keep your hands to yourself.
Right. Which
applies to an open house.
One last thing I would add, which is what my mom told me all the time, is if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything.
Oh, well said.
So please don't ream the house
Assume you're being recorded.
You know, and not just that, but I find it rude to disrespect the house and the homeowner. Yeah, you know, and I've heard people say some really bad things out loud in front of me as a listing agent or in front of everybody else, which was their opinion, but we didn't want to hear their opinion. And everybody in the house was kind of many times looked at it and said, what are they talking about? You know, and keep your opinion to yourself, you know, when you go through open house. You know, again, you don't want to make the listing agent mad. It's not going to help you, especially if you want to make an offer on it.
Well said.
Anyway, so wrapping up. So my favorite segment of the podcast is the photo behind us.
That's his picture of the week.
Like, what is going on with this house? Holy cow.
Well, would it blow up your mind if I told you that this house is about $700,000?
Yes, it will blow my mind because we're not talking like Silicon Valley. We're talking Texas.
No, and right. Personally, I love the fact that they painted the trim a color that just made them smile. Because if you're paying a mortgage payment, it does require you not doing all the other things that you may want to do or whatever. Then the house should make you smile. And if you look more closely, the house actually is very well loved and very well maintained.
Right.
Now, I will share with you, this is a pier and beam house. And I mentioned that because it's got a different presence on the street as a pier and beam house, meaning that it's on piers. It's a platform that's on top of piers.
Unlike a concrete slab.
Which is the more newer, more inexpensive way to build a house.
Right.
So does this house have value? Yes, because it is pier and beam. Pier and beams are built like tanks.
Yeah.
They survive storms of all types. We have seen better than the slabs. What could we improve on this house? I just mentioned to you, it has a pretty good curb appeal. These two like topiary bushes to the right and left of the front door, to buy inexpensive ways to elevate the front of your house, those really need to be pulled out because one, they are, even though they're trimmed, they're overgrown. They're covering up the front door.
They're hiding.
Remember when you were talking about curb appeal or adding warmth to your home and presence of your home to the street, don't hide the front door. Don't hide the front door by painting it the same color as the rest of the house. Don't hide the front door by allowing gigantic things to obscure it from view. And the double win on this is a type of holly that this bush is, and hollies like to eat foundations for fun.
Really didn't know that.
Yes. So by pulling this out, not only would they elevate the presence of the house, but they also would be an inexpensive way to protect the foundation of their house.
Okay, great tips.
Those roots are nasty on those hollies.
Love it.
Anyway.
Okay. Nice.
All our tips. We're just tipping happy today. There you go.
It sure is green. Okay.
But look, real quick, you can kind of peek and see that the front door is actually red.
Yeah.
I think Christmas is their favorite holiday.
It must be.
Suspect.
It looks like it.
I think that's great. Oh, well. Anyway, it's beautiful.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Keys and Gears, like and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Give us some comments. Give us some topics to talk about. Maybe you have some questions you want to ask. So ask away. All right?
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.